Do We Have a Deal? Written and narrated by the Hangman. Silence. At least that was what was going on inside Patrick's head. Silence. He had to clear his mind the best he could to keep the outside noise from seeping in. Voices of his supporters and detractors yelling out at him as he sat being sentenced for his so-called crimes. God bless you, Patrick. We love you. See you in hell, fucker. It was all just noise at this point. Good, bad, just noise. He felt no remorse for what he did. And how could he? He sent two child-molesting scumbags straight to hell, doing the work he knew was God's work. It was almost unreal, Patrick surmised. How could these people who upheld their law dare to call him a criminal? Patrick was a felon before this, though. Armed robbery and other violations. But even felons have morals. But this? They should have exonerated him. Hell, they should have given him a fucking medal for his community service. He took out the two pieces of shit that stole the innocence from children. They should have given him the key to the city and upgraded his weaponry. But no, they didn't see his vigilante cause as just. In fact, they gave him life in prison for his troubles and called him a menace. A fucking menace. He had his supporters, though. Many did see what he did as just and honorable. Many a good people in this country supported what he did, and if they had the balls, they would pick up where he left off. He knew they wouldn't, though. They would cheer for him and clap. Patrick smiled at the gallery and said, "Love you guys." And then he was led away. He would be temporarily detained in a small room until a sheriff came to pick him up. Time went by slow in his little cell. Really slow. He waited and waited, and nothing happened. Patrick tried to look out the glass partition where he sat. He saw no one and heard nothing. Just what the hell was going on? Was anyone coming to get him? Patrick's head jerked as he heard footsteps. Finally, he thought. He wasn't happy about where he had to go, but at least he didn't have to sit here. Patrick's eyes narrowed. Who the hell? A light chuckle echoed down the hallway. You could say that, a southern-tinged older voice responded. Coming into view was an old man. At least that's what appeared to Patrick. It looked like an old man in a dark suit, using a cane with a silver handle and black finish. But something in Patrick's gut told him that this was no man. Good morning, Mr. Hunt. Patrick didn't respond. He couldn't respond. No matter how hard Patrick had become over the years, no matter how fearless and cold he made himself, he couldn't say anything. Patrick felt a chill come over his body, over his very soul. Oh, it's all right. Many people can't say anything when they meet me. It comes with the territory, my boy, the old man said. The old man looked Patrick up and down. I see you've had a bit of a day now, didn't you? Life in prison? A bit much for a man such as yourself, wouldn't you agree? Again, Patrick remained silent. He stared into the black voids of the old man's eyes. He felt himself slipping away. The old man blinked, and his eyes became normal. Patrick shook his head and snapped back. What was going on? Who was this guy? I can see you have many questions, my boy. It's perfectly normal. Most couldn't comprehend who or what I am. But where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. The old man stood up promptly and gave a slight bow. I am he who punishes the wicked. I am he who sees the sin stained upon your soul." Patrick's insides dropped as his mouth slowly opened in horror. The old man grinned a toothy smile. "My boy, my name is Lucifer. But you, well, you can call me boss. Well, hopefully after today, anyway." The old man sat back down across the glass partition, looking at Patrick. Patrick stared. Lucifer? No fucking way. How did this senile old man get back here anyway? Where were the guards? How did... "Oh my God," Patrick managed to whisper. "Not quite, Mr. Hunt. My father claimed that title." Patrick knew this couldn't be true. He knew that the devil himself was not sitting across from him. "But here I am, Mr. Hunt," the old man responded. How, Patrick stammered. "Read your thoughts? A parlor trick, my boy. The thoughts of humans are so feeble, it's almost as if they are written on your very faces." The old man cackled. Patrick looked at the old man again. Was this real? Was this guy really the devil? Patrick steeled himself and spoke. What do you want?" The old man threw his head back and roared in laughter. "And there it is, Mr. Hunt. The million-dollar question. What do I want?" Patrick clenched his eyes at the sound of the laughter. It was so deep and booming, so terrifying. "You see, Mr. Hunt, I want what you want. A bit of justice in this world. To someone like me, justice is a notion held above all. And when I heard of you, well, you certainly put a smile on my face." But wait," Patrick spoke up. "If you're really who you say you are, wouldn't hurting a kid be good for you?" The old man's eyes lowered, and the smile vanished from his face. "No, Mr. Hunt, it is my duty to punish sinners, and regardless of what you may think of me, taking the innocence of a child is not something I enjoy. That, in fact, well, pisses me the fuck off. I, in fact, have a bit of a soft spot for felons. You all seem to think the same for child molesters, do you not?" Patrick's eyes narrowed. He gritted his teeth and nodded. "And rightfully so," the old man continued. "Who wouldn't want to see a worthless piece of garbage like that get what's coming to them?" "I did," replied Patrick. The old man smiled. "Yes, you did, my boy. You sent 2 of those miserable cretins to me. But such a shame you couldn't finish your work. You wanted to get 60, did you not?" Patrick lowered his head. That would always be something that nagged him, caught before he could finish his work. The old man frowned. "Such a pity, Mr. Hunt. Caught by the long arm of the law, by those who couldn't understand the great deeds you were trying to accomplish. They called you the vigilante of Clallam County. Lady Justice is blind, but it seems this day, well, she lost her damn mind. But what if you could finish your work? What if you had the chance to continue? Would you take it, my boy?" Patrick cocked his head. "What are you talking about?" The old man smirked. "What I am talking about, Mr. Hunt, is a chance to do something great. The chance to send more of those vile child molesters to me. You see, Mr. Hunt, I enjoy my work. I take great pleasure in punishing those who willfully harm children. However, waiting for them to expire takes so very, very long. You see, time flows a little bit differently in hell. A life for you is an eternity for me, so you must have noticed everything seemed to have stopped once I came to you, yes?" Patrick nodded silently. "Makes sense when you think about it." The old man continued, "Yes, so what I am offering is for you to be my hand here on earth. Kill those who you hate more than anything. Send them to me for an eternity of torture and pain, and I will grant you your own little corner of hell to do as you please." Patrick's eyes shot up. "Wait," he said. "Hell? You mean you would punish me too?" "Oh, no, my boy," the old man said. "Hell is my domain. I can make anything happen there, so I will it to be. Your eternity in hell will be a paradise. Big house, clear skies. Hell, I'll even throw in a wife if you want. How's Scarlett Johansson sound?" Patrick sat and pondered what was being offered to him. He couldn't care less about what the devil was selling. He just wanted the opportunity to exact justice upon those who deserved it. Those child molesters, those rapists. Patrick looked up. "What do I have to do?" The old man smiled his toothy grin. He pulled up a sheet of paper, not like an ordinary piece of paper, but a yellowing scroll. The devil pushed the paper through the glass, as if it weren't really there at all, and sat it in front of Patrick. There were words written on the parchment, nothing that Patrick had ever seen. Patrick looked up at the old man. "I can't read any of this." The old man responded, "Well, of course not. This is Sumerian. Don't worry, though. Just formalities, Mr. Hunt. Formalities." "You got a pen?" Patrick asked. The devil held out a knife in front of Patrick's face. "Grab hold," the devil responded. Reluctantly, Patrick grabbed the blade, and in an instant the devil pulled the knife back, cutting Patrick's palm. His blood ran freely over the parchment, collecting and pooling in the center. Before Patrick's eyes, the blood began to harden and twist. The shape of a strange symbol formed upon the parchment. The hand of the devil reached in, collected the paper, rolling it up and putting it into his jacket pocket. "Very good, very wise, my son. Now, go." Patrick stood up, eyeing the devil dressed as an old man where he sat. As soon as he stood, the cuffs that bound Patrick's hands and feet loosened and fell to the ground. A door opened to his left where there was no door before. Patrick made his way slowly out, and the devil spoke into Patrick's mind.
"You will be unseen and unheard. Your very breath will be as silent as death itself. You will bring the guilty to justice, and their souls will be delivered unto me. Leave none to bear witness, Mr. Hunt. Leave none to plead. The only thing they will ever know is your coming foretold on the wind itself. Go, my son, and deliver my bounty unto me."
As Patrick stepped through the door, a fire consumed his soul, and a single thought dominated his mind. Death was coming for the guilty.